on, lovelies? Welcome back to day 22 of Thriftmas. We are almost to the end, you guys. We are almost there. We got one more video after this. Just to remind you guys, my Thriftmas, my Christmas is Christmas Eve, so that will be the last. Tomorrow is the last day of Thriftmas, you guys. We finally made it. Today we are doing the annual gift wrapping Q&A. I asked you guys on YouTube and Instagram to put in some questions, and I got kind of a lot more than usual. So I decided to pick out the personals and put it in the gift wrap, and then all the Depop businessy ones. I'm gonna do a Depop with me tomorrow, and that's gonna be inspired by my favorite YouTuber, Threads Obsessed. She does a Depop with me. No, she does a Depop talk, and she's basically taking her Depop photos and like talking about Depop. So I figured I'll answer all your guys' Depop questions while taking photos tomorrow. I love killing two birds with one stone. So actually, I don't love that. I don't love that saying. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So our first question is, how do you handle working a job and doing Depop on the side? I really have a hard time managing both, especially when it comes to actually sourcing pieces to sell. So sourcing is not my problem, as we can tell, you guys. Sourcing is my favorite part, and I almost do it a little too much. But with having a job, it's hard, you guys. It's so hard, especially because I try not to look at Depop as a job. I look at it as a full-on hobby, because if I look at it as a job, I think I would lose passion in it. So looking at it as a hobby and not putting like super strong like with strengths on it, on like having to stay consistent, which is hard, because if you want to build on Depop, you got to stay consistent. But this is what I do. I work 5 days. I have 2 days off. So one day off out of my 2 days, I'm doing a full Depop day. I'm either measuring or taking Depop photos, and that's what I like. Those are my biggest time consuming things, is measuring the items and getting them ready for the photos and taking the photos. So I do that 1 day a week, and I try to do it like the whole entire day, so I can only do it 1 day a week. And then throughout the week, I'm listing it, measuring it, and shipping it out. And that's how I just handle it. That's how I manage it. That's how I stay sane with it. Maybe give yourself little goals. So what I do is I make sure that all my photos are taken care of. And if I'm too lazy to take photos, I'm either like steaming the items for the next week or the next round of photos, because that's very time consuming. But I'm doing a solid day of Depop. And then throughout the evenings, like when I work and I'm tired, I'm either measuring and listing and shipping. So that's how I like manage my Depop throughout the week. Another question I remember on the top of my head, and it was, what is your favorite source of thrifting? And she was like, either the thrift store, flea market, estate sales, like which is it? And I thought that was a really good question, because it's kind of hard, especially as a reseller. Like, I would love to go to the thrifts and like be able to pick out like all these like stupid awesome grills, but at the same time I need to get the very best deal. And that's one thing, like, I don't think people realize, like, when I'm hunting to get the cheapest deal. So my favorite sourcing, I would have to say, hands down, are mom and pop shops. So basically like off-brand thrift stores, local thrift stores, you could say. Those are my absolute favorite thrifts. They always have the best deals. They're not stingy. Some are stingy, but they're not as stingy as like Goodwill, like trying to get money out of their donations. They're just trying to stay afloat, and they're letting stuff go, and they respect the hustle. Like, Goodwill is upset with like resellers, but mom and pops, they're respecting the hustle. Like, they're in the game, and if they see you coming in shopping for like your shop, like, they respect it. And that's another question I remember on my top of my head is, when you go to all your local thrifts, like, do they know you're a reseller? And that was kind of a hard question because you guys, I'm so antisocial. I hope you guys don't think I'm like at the thrift talking to all the workers, because I don't. I go to one thrift and it took me years, absolutely years, to like start being friends with like the girly pops there, but they do know I'm a reseller and they respect it. And sometimes they like even will tell me like when good stuff is coming in. So yeah, it's a hard thing because like when I'm at yard sales, I'm not talking to people to tell them I'm a reseller, you know, like that's not what it is for me. So yeah, thrift stores, they probably know I'm a reseller. They know something's up because they see a camera, but my friends at the thrift definitely know I'm a reseller and they're cool with it. But I can see what you mean when you're like a little hesitant to tell them that you're a reseller because you're scared of the price going up, and I completely understand. I've been in those situations, but I guess you just have to fill it out. Alright guys, we already got our first present done and like 3 questions already killed, so I'm so proud of us. Maybe I need to go a little bit faster. Let me go grab the ribbon. So I went digging through my ribbon box and I found this blue, and I figured I'm just gonna use it instead of battling the Christmas crowds to go find ribbon, and I'm sure there's not even gonna be any velvet ribbon left, so I just decided to go with this like blueberry blue just to get rid of it, because I don't know when am I going to use this blue again, and it matches this funky little wrapping paper I got. I like it because it looks like vintage patchwork to me, so I picked it up. I hope I'm answering these questions well. I'm not like the best talker, and obviously you guys know. I appreciate you guys so much for being here and sticking through it with me. So I really hope I'm answering these really good for you guys. I don't know if you guys were here when I did the floral bouquet for my mother-in-law and I had that black ribbon and it wasn't wired. This is wired ribbon. I hope you guys can see the difference, how you can like just make the ribbon look alive like in the tails and all that. It makes such the difference, you guys, and I really suggest honestly buying ribbon at Costco. You have to go early. They have the ribbon probably in October, but for the deal, like this ribbon lasts you forever, like where you get sick of the color of the ribbon before you even run out of it. So that is my suggestion, is picking up the ribbon from Costco when they have it. They only have it for like Easter and December, and the floralists know that, you guys, and they go and they buy it up. But I don't blame them. It's a hustle. I need to write down whose these are because I'm gonna hand stamp my name tags, because the name tags I have right now are like images, and like my wrapping paper is very busy this year, so I'm just gonna get the brown little, you know, tags and just hand stamp my tags, but I won't put you guys through all of that. So I'm just gonna write the person's name underneath the ribbon, and then when I go back tonight, I'll just, you know. Alright, I have gotten distracted. The next question is, tell us about your animals. Who is who? You mentioned 40 a lot. So 40 is our baby. We just got him literally a year ago, the day after Christmas. Conrad works major holidays, so he was at work the morning of Christmas, and he was on Craigslist and he saw like a pretty sketchy ad basically for Frenchies, and it had $1, and this guy is like crazy enough to like hit the ad and message the guy, and he was selling the Frenchies for a hell of a deal because he didn't sell for Christmas basically. So Conrad was like, can we come and see them, blah blah blah. I was not ready for another dog. It has been me and Myer for like the past 7 years. Myer's an old man, you guys. So I kind of just was like, it was good with just us. So I was like, nah, like we don't need all that. And then sure enough, he gets off work and we're looking at the Frenchies, and 40 walks right up to me, and I was like, damn, he chose me. So we took him home, and that's how we ended up with a little family. But we like to say 40 is the piece that we didn't know that we needed, because damn, he brings so much joy into our little lives. And then growing up, I had an uncle, and he had a weenie dog. And this weenie dog is just his BFF. It was basically just like the mascot of our family, because everybody just loved this weenie dog with all our hearts. And this weenie dog, like he lived longer than my uncle, unfortunately, but this weenie dog was just very important to our family. And when my uncle passed away, I went through a lot of changes, and I did a lot of wild things. I was young, so I got Myer when I got this house, and me and Myer have been in this house since, you guys. And me and my he's my baby. It makes me so sad to know, like, to think that he's even like becoming an old man now, like, and he's my first ever dog, you guys. Like, I never grew up with a dog. We grew up with Oscar. Okay, so that's another thing. That's where Myer's name comes from. Let me fix myself up. If you guys haven't noticed, from now I am highly emotional. So that is where Myer's name comes from. It is a mix of like Myer lemons and Oscar Myer, because my uncle's weenie dog was named Oscar. So instead of naming him like Oscar Jr. or JR, we went with Myer. And I just thought it was so dang cute. And then I have a things with lemons, and there's a strain of Myer lemon, so that's another thing. So he is Myer Lemon is his middle name. So yeah, he's my sweet boy, my sweet little baby right there. What are your goals for 2024? And she didn't ask for business nor personal, so I think we're gonna answer this in both videos. And I've been thinking about this a lot, you guys. Like, this time of year, I think everybody just starts thinking about the new year and what's coming. And next year is definitely, it's gonna be year of the bride for me. This year, like, we're definitely getting married. We're definitely gonna do the damn thing. It's happening. So my biggest goal is to be married. And I really want to improve the quality of YouTube. Like, I'm finally gonna invest in like equipment, lights. Like, I'm gonna do the damn thing. And that's another reason why I did Thriftmas. Like, somebody should have asked me, like, why are you doing this? And it's because I want to grow, and for that, I need a mic so you guys can hear me when I'm in the thrift. I need better lighting because my house is just so dang dark. And another thing is, I think I'm ready to move, you guys. I think that's gonna be my biggest goal, is I want to move in 2024. I'm ready to move. I have been able to put a roof under my head by myself as a woman in California, you guys. I am so freaking proud to say it. Like, it is so hard. And the fact that I've been able to do this since I was 21, like, I'm so proud of myself. But I think it's time, like, I need to maybe start living with my partner. And that's another question, is people kind of think Conrad lives here, but he doesn't live here. Conrad is already a homeowner. He bought, like, we weren't even together for a year yet, and he bought his home. And if I were to have moved in then, I don't think we would have made it. I think we would have pushed it. And that's a great call on him, because I was psycho enough to like fully move in with him. And I'm so happy we didn't, because I have grown so much. Like, it is so hard to be able to sit here and be like, I think everybody should live on their own at least once in their life, especially in this market. But I have grown. I know who I am. It does wonders with you. I don't know, you guys, like, it has helped me tremendously. But I think I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to pay big girl bills, because I know like living with Conrad and like getting a house with him, like I'm gonna be paying a lot more money than I am now, and I'm ready to bite that bullet. This next one is not a question, and it's just a real ass comment, and I appreciate it. Like, I appreciate homeboy even adding this, because sometimes there's like people out there that you don't even think that really notice you, and then they come at you with the realest ass thing. So homeboy put, he said, not a question, but it's cool to see you still rock the never faking the funk motto, been your thing forever. And that is true, you guys. Like, never faking the funk has been in my life way longer than the shop has been. Like, I wanted to get the rocker on my back way before the shop was even called Never Faking the Funk. Never Faking the Funk is pretty important in my life. It's something that I have truly lived by, and I don't know if it's like something I like made up in my head and like I found it to believe, but like, talk isn't cheap to me. I don't say things and not do it. And like, never faking the funk is like a real ass thing. Like, I'm gonna keep it real, and that bothers some people. Like, I'll say it as it is, and that has gotten me in trouble like quite a few times in my life, because people don't like what I have to say. And that's never faking the funk, baby, because I'm gonna say it how it is. So yeah, but thank you. I appreciate you realizing that, because I have been like probably rocking Never Faking the Funk since like 8th grade, so like 2008. Hell yeah. Did you consider a thrifted wedding dress? And I have considered a thrifted wedding dress. I've been having the hardest time, you guys. Like, my body is not like vintage approved. Like, my chest is just kind of really like ruining it for me, because like, you can't really expand a chest on a vintage dress, and it's like, where do you get that extra fabric? It's like, do you take it from the bottom and then you have a teacup dress because you wanted your chest to fit? So I'm having a really hard time with that. I tried very hard, but honestly, I tried on wedding dresses like at the stores, and I fell in love with a style, you guys, and it is the most like, nobody's gonna expect it. Like, even my mom was like, what the heck? But like, this style, I just feel like a bride in it, and I think I'm gonna buy my wedding dress. But like I said, 2024 is the year of the bride, so I have been thrifting white like a mad woman, and all of my fits are gonna be going in vintage. So I think I'm gonna have a good mix of vintage in my wedding, but unfortunately I don't think my dress is gonna be vintage. It will probably be used, because you know I like to save money. I got like a lot of like just nice little comments, like people saying they love the vlog style, and that's another thing I really wanted to test out with Thriftmas, is like to see if like the vlogs was kind of a hit, like how like I incorporated thrifting but like my day too with it. Let me know how you guys feel about it, because I would like to start doing more of that in the next year, share a little bit more of my day-to-day lifestyle. When's the wedding? Girl, I don't know. Like, the wedding, I don't know, you guys. Like, I just don't know. I just know that we're gonna get married this year, and you guys are gonna come along. So when I know, you'll know, and like when the content starts coming, like it will hit. It will hit, you guys. Somebody asked for a tattoo tour. I don't think I'll do a tattoo tour. I feel like if you go on Depop, you can see most of them. But yeah, a whole video for my tattoos, nah. But I have basically from my booty to my shoulders tatted I have Never Faking the Funk record on my back. I have my tummy done. I have my armpits done. I have a hip piece. Yeah. I got like one little thing behind my ankle. Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I did my stomach first because basically when I first started getting tattoos, I was like, I'm gonna get the most painful spots first because I don't know any better. And it worked out great, you guys, because I would no way in hell be getting this done in my age. And that's another great tip. If you're young, get your tattoos done now. And I'm not talking like 18 young, like I'm talking like 21, maybe 21 to 25, like your brain's develop. Get tattoos in that era because you have money and no responsibilities, and they don't hurt then because they hurt now. The older I get, the more they're hurting, and like I just don't want to keep going. But I am on like a tattoo pause right now because I don't want to have like any pieces in the process of like our engagement photos, bridal shower pictures, and our wedding pictures. So I decided just to finish up this arm and be done until after the wedding's over. So that's kind of a bummer on me, but I'm sure my body is like so happy for the break. What did you like most about Japan, and was there anything you didn't like? Also any tips to what to pack and what not to pack? I'm traveling there soon, and girl, I'm so jealous. Out of everywhere I have been, anywhere that I have ever been, Japan, I would go over and over and over again. Like, it is crazy. Like, I have never been to a place and was like, oh my god, I can't wait to go back. But Japan, like, I want a honeymoon in Japan. I love it there. I love it there. So what to pack? Okay, so one of the biggest things I packed, and like my fiance thought I was low-key a little crazy. Like, he was like, girl, you're not gonna need that. And sure enough, I packed one for me and him, and we both ended up using it. Was a coin purse. And I'm sure you're girly, you know what's up, you know what's good. But coin purses, because all the money, like even up to like $5, $10, $20 bills, they're in coins. So you're lugging around a lot of coins, and it gets a little heavy. So like even having it in my purse and like having the option to like move all my coins in the little pouch and put it in my coat so it would relieve weight was like a huge thing. And then Conrad, like, he doesn't wear denim a lot, so he doesn't have that little coin pocket, so he really liked it too because it would weigh down his sweatpants. He could put it in his coat. Like, it was just super good. And our biggest tip for traveling, I don't know if you've done like any international traveling before, but we have gone to like Europe, Switzerland. We've gone around a few places, and we have never paid for Wi-Fi or pocket Wi-Fi before, or international like on our phones. We just never really needed a need for it. But in Japan, girlfriend, yeah, you're gonna need it. The train station alone, like, you're gonna get lost. You need the Google Maps, or was it Google Maps? I think it was Google Maps, like on the actual Safari, not on the app. You need it because it is confusing as heck. Girl, I'm so excited you're going to Japan. That is freaking crazy. That is so cool. I hope you have the best time. I'm pretty sure the yen is still weaker than the American dollar. So Sunny Angels, like, they sell them to us here. Like, we can't get them cheaper than $15. They're like $7.99 in Japan. Stock up. Bring them back. I'll buy them off of you. Like, so if you're looking for Sunny Angels, you'll find them at the Kitty World. And if you don't know where to find Kitty World, you can find them. They're almost always right next to the Pokemon centers. So just a huge tip. That is a huge tip for me. But I really hope you have a great time. If you're there for thrifting, don't even really expect too much. It's more like shopping Depop in real life. It's expensive. You're not going to find too much deals. They like, cleansingness is part of their culture. Like, you're not going to find the trash cans. I'm sure you've done a lot of research. Like, they don't have trash cans, and that's real. what me and Conrad did was have Ziploc bags for my bag, and we just kept emptying it in the hotel. And luckily the Ziploc didn't get nasty, but maybe pack a couple, because I did make the Ziploc last me 3 weeks. But cleanliness is a big part of their culture, so they don't let like their donations get like dirty, grummy, and like where the price will reduce. And they don't, in Japan, they don't see the item losing value as soon as it hits the out the doors like we do in America. So the thrift stores are money, but they're really fun to go see and check out, and like just to experience. And you'll trip when you see stuff that is like so popular in America and you can't even believe that like you're holding it and you found it at the thrift, and it's not like all bought up over there. So it's a fun time. I hope you have the best time ever, girlfriend. Did I get through all of the personal questions? I think so. I think so. If I didn't get through any of the questions and you guys feel like I need to explain it a little bit better, let a girl know. I can definitely try and go back. I'm gonna be like, girl, like learn how to talk out of tape. Dang it. Like the tape company, like Scotch, like this is like where they make their money, because they don't put any tape on these damn rolls. Anyways, thank you so much for coming along and wrapping these presents with me. I have so much more to do, but obviously I'm not very good at talking and wrapping. I'm going a little too slow. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.